Hari Om Namaskar to all of you. Hey Janardana. We have already discussed about heart being above the mind. Okay. Especially in a domestic environment, especially at home, with kin and kith. It's more the heart speaks. Sometimes in the families, not everybody talks with the heart, they talk from the mind. How to handle this? How to handle such people? How to know or exactly what they feel? Through the heart, when you look at their mind calculations, you cannot understand it. It's not possible. So, mind has to be used here. Because to understand the conversations of the mind, only mind has to be applied. But this mind must be under the control of the heart. Mind has to simply just analyze and report to the heart. And then the heart will decide the affairs in the family. Okay. Today morning, I had some discussions with some great friend of mine, good gentleman. I know him for almost 2 decades. We were talking just casually. He had come to see me. He is a person, he is a very knowledgeable man, a great professor in engineering. He has got a lot of credits, laurels, everything. Of course, his children are somewhere abroad. The discussion is whether to go back to children or whether he must be here. Of course, he is retired, but still not tired. He wants to work more. Of course, he was telling me that he was searching for opportunities abroad also, and he was also looking at things locally. We had some casual discussion. I just told him one thing. Yes, going back to the family, going back to the children, living with them, yes, it's all wonderful. Very wonderful, very nice. Nice to be with the kids. Provided the kids are able to also look at you as dad or mom are coming and we are very happy to host them. Yes, they will be very happy. For 1 week, 10 days, no problem. 15 days, no problem. But beyond that, what is going to happen? Okay. Under his circumstances, I said, you may not be comfortable. Elderly people, whenever they go somewhere, they will make some statements. This is not okay, this is not all right. Okay. Normally, youngsters today do not like to be commented upon or do not like to be told about things. They don't like. They always feel they know things. Okay. So that is where the problem is going to start. Even between father and son, father and daughter, mother and son, mother and daughter, this can happen. And the youngsters feel that they should be allowed to live a carefree life and they have to be trusted for what life they are leading. And youngsters also feel that they know better about the existing circumstances and existing things, what are going on there, and they live a life accordingly. If they have to follow an elder being abroad, it may be difficult for them because practically certain things are not possible, even within home. Even within home, leave alone outside. It may not be possible. So 10 days or 15 days to house an elder is all right. But to keep them permanently there may be a problem. Okay. So they are looking at the entire subject from the mind, not from the heart. If they had looked from the heart, whatever it is, they are our parents, we have to adjust with them. And whatever they say must be with a reasoning and let us follow them. But today that is not there. Let us be practical. So when the heart deputes the mind, the elders have to depute the mind and look at the subject with the mind, the way the youngsters are looking, and then report back to the heart. Then the heart will decide, why should I go and create disturbance for the youngsters? Let them live a very happy life. Let them live a happy life. Let them live the way they want their life. Why should I be a hindrance? The heart will direct. If the elder is also with the mind, then there is going to be a fight. The fight will take all nasty proportions, and the home will not be a home and it will be just a house. You build a house, you make a home. So the elders should be mature enough to understand the feelings of the youngsters also and allow them to live their life the way they want. Unless the youngsters approach you for advice, the elders should not interfere. Elders have to keep mum. If you impose yourself, just like that, then the elders will lose total respect and the relationship will go to dogs. So I told him there is no point. I said, you please look at it. Maybe, I don't say in your house, people are thinking or evaluating things with the mind. But today's youngsters, there is a possibility that they are going to view it from the mind. And whether you are as a parent, whether you are going to be useful to them or not is the point. And after 60, you may need help. And in a foreign country, they will be going to office and nobody will be at home. And when you need help, they have to put somebody there, and that is going to be a very costly affair. And the person may be locally trained and they may not be knowing the nuances of your family or tradition, and it takes a very long time for them to know. You cannot blame them. You can go for some time and come, but staying there may not be possible unless the youngsters are also looking at it in the same angle. Today life has become very tough. So, elders are more adopting to mind than to heart. In fact, they must go beyond mind into consciousness. Everybody evaluates from mind, but nobody is able to go into the consciousness to realize the subject, just to understand the subject. And understanding the subject from conscious level is different. Understanding the subject from mind level is different. Understanding the subject from heart level is different. It all has its own. From conscious, when you understand, it is a very holistic and total understanding. From the mind, it will be very lopsided. It is not a proper understanding. From the heart, it may be to a good extent a better understanding for normal existence. But for paranormal existence, one has to look at things from the consciousness point of view. That is why I say today scientists, researchers, they may be finding out many things, many discoveries which are useful today. And they propound some theories and they strongly cling on to it. But the beauty is, after 100 years, after 200 years, the very same theories are disputed. And things have changed in the cosmos, and the very basis of science is being challenged by some new things that are in the cosmos. So, cosmically to look at, maybe more consciously to look at. And whether consciously one can look at things and go beyond mind to see something. Okay. So, at mind level, probably you see only the object. But beyond mind, when you go, it is not the object. You go beyond the object. When Ramakrishna Parahamsa used to dance in ecstasy of Dakshina Kali, he had the vision of Kali and he was going on dancing. That was very beautiful. He was in a sort of ecstasy, nobody can explain. But Totapuri, his master who came there, saw him dancing, saw him in ecstasy, but knew very well that he has limited himself with an objective type and he has to go beyond the object, and hence he broke a bottle, took a glass piece and he cut his forehead and said, "Now I have cut your Kali, go beyond Kali." Masters have got their own ways of doing things. Totapuri had his own way of doing things for Ramakrishna Parahamsa. Okay. To go beyond an objective thing, you must be more from the conscious level. But everybody stops with mind level. That is where the researchers, scientists, doctors have to imbibe a little bit of consciousness in their research. Then we will know whether something is really useful or not, or what we have really found is going to be useful to humanity or not in the long run. And whether holistically we will be able to look at it might be more because of the conscious. So when you look from the conscious, it will look totally different and the understanding will be more meaningful than from the mind level. The heart level is at home, but at home, everybody is not talking from heart level. When everybody at home is at heart level, there is going to be absolute peace. Because one will be able to compromise with the other. Whatever might have happened in their life, they will go into a sacrificial mode and they will be able to do things much better. And there will be a lot of love and compassion. This love and compassion is missing these days. Because most of the time, the extended family do not stay with them. Okay, but that is what to do. Today circumstances are like that. Circumstances are like that. But it will be old wine in a new bottle. Once again, if you see, those days they will not go out of the home because they will have a cattle at home. There will be a cow, there will be something. It has to be maintained. So many things are there. Okay. But nowadays, we keep dogs, cats, pets. For that sake, at least somebody should stay at home. Okay. That day you are staying at home for a different cause. Today also you are staying at home for a different cause. Of course, work from home. Always you stay at home. Okay. All these things, technologies, today if you are getting artificial intelligence, it is all to make cumbersome process which are more mechanical. All mechanical things they want to mechanize it because it is mechanical, so it has to be mechanized. Organical things cannot be mechanized. Please remember this. Artificial intelligence cannot replace organical things unless the organics itself is probably replaced by mechanics. The human beings itself become robots inside, without any thoughts and feelings and emotions. Then there is no organics, there is only mechanics. Then you become a humanoid, or you become robotic. So in such cases, yes, absolutely things will be totally different. But today the aim of the science is not that. At least they think that if the mechanical things can be mechanized, then the human being may be able to think beyond the mind, probably the consciousness. For that, they want to create enough time and space so that people are able to think better and contribute better to the society. If you are a very conscious person, you will be able to better contribute to the society and also home. Okay, everywhere your contribution will have that kind of a divinity, divine touch will be there. But are we able to do? We don't know. Because uncertainty is the very there thing can be certain, nothing can be predictive. Please remember, life is choiceless, all said and done. Though there looks a choice, that is the illusion which is created by the nature, the universal consciousness. Of course, we call it as Bhagavan Narayana. The universal consciousness Narayana, he creates that kind. So that kind of an illusion. Okay, the illusion is as though you have a choice, as though it is your life, as though you are the doer. Though he is the doer, he is Swayambhu. He has not come through anybody else. And he never claimed that he is Swayam. That is why we call him Swami, is it not? Swayam became Swam. So he is called a Swami. He is egoless. Though he can have ego because he is having everything. Everything is his. Okay. He can have this much of ego. But to demonstrate that ego, he doesn't have anybody equal. If you are demonstrating ego, it means you feel somebody equal is there. So you want to prove that you are better than him. So you project and we exhibit ego. That is the reason, is it not? As long as there is somebody, then we can show that we are better than them. That is the human quality. But probably the scientists want you to think much beyond and move from mind to consciousness. Maybe that also. So more of enough time for quality work will be available, and humans can probably more do service through this quality of work, because ultimately life is service. Service of some kind has to be done. Either you do service or you receive service. Receiving service also must be there. Some people are there. They will say we only do service. No. You have to also receive service. There are a number of people, we have to satisfy them. When you do service, you feel very happy. Why there is inequality in society? The inequality in society can be compensated through service. Otherwise, there will not be a matter of service. Somebody is rich, somebody is poor, somebody is capable, somebody is incapable, somebody is healthy, somebody is not healthy. See, there is an inequality. This inequality can be reduced. You can mitigate the severity of the effects of inequality through service. That concept of service must be there always, and anything we do is service, that's all. Service to humanity, service to the world is service to Bhagavan, is it not? So, that part of a service one has to do. So, to do that service more qualitatively, today probably mechanical things are being mechanized, so that organical things remain organic. So, the human must be conscious enough to see that organics is not totally replaced with mechanics. Otherwise, you will become humanoids and there is not going to be anything else. Everything is going to be mechanical. And the question of emotion or thoughts or feelings will not be there. Is it not so? I just thought we will talk something on this. God bless you all. Take care. Bye.